Hi and welcome to Movies Suck. Here's a bit of a strange one. Apparently Daniel Craig has now changed his mind and decided that a woman shouldn't be James Bond. Whereas previously he had said, yeah, women, African American women, anyone should be James Bond. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore because we're in the woke world. This is clown world. They just don't care anymore about doing things the right way or keeping things correct. They just don't care. And the people who don't care, they're all the crazy wokeists, crazy Hollywood people. They're the ones that don't care about this stuff. The rest of us, we care. James Bond is a man, should stay a man. Apparently Daniel Craig has come to the same opinion. Or has he? No, of course he hasn't. This is just a load of bullshit. What he actually said was, he said, there should simply be better parts for women and actors of colour. Ah. There was a time when this wasn't an obsession with trying to get women and actors of colour into roles specifically, just pushing them forwards ahead of all the other more talented people who are, oh my god, they're white and they're male. Yeah, there was a time when they didn't do that sort of thing. You know when it was? The 80s, the 90s. Times before they became obsessed with race. Anytime you weren't obsessed with race, there was no issue. Talented people got the roles, and it was great. And unfortunately now, you have to push people into those. People who aren't talented, people who are really bad at the job, people who are not believable. They get these sorts of roles because of the state of Hollywood and film industry in general, which has become so far left it's laughable. Apparently, he even questioned why should a woman play James Bond when there should be a part just as good as James Bond, but for a woman. Jane Bond, he means. He just doesn't think they should be called James because James is a man's name. Obviously, why would a woman be called James? He's just saying, yeah, just change the name to something else Bond. Some female name. Rachel Bond. Jane Bond. Jemima Bond. It makes me sick. It's just such nonsense. James Bond was written by Ian Fleming as a very masculine man, admittedly as a man of a previous era, who would probably find himself somewhat at sea if he were to come to this era. Actually, he probably wouldn't even be at sea. He'd probably just like, who are all these friggin' beta males? Get them the fuck out of here. And then he'd treat women the way women normally prefer to be treated, as women rather than as... I am not quite sure what leftards are thinking these days and how they want women to be portrayed. Portray them as female. That's usually a good start for women. Don't portray them as, say, Teela from Masters of the Universe Revelation, because that's not going to work. It's so stupid. I don't know what people are thinking these days. Hollywood is such a mess. Anyway, Craig previously claimed that a woman could be James Bond back in 2019. The Mirror reported that Craig said, I think that everybody should be considered. Also, for women and for African Americans, there should be great parts anyway, across the board. And he's right, there should be, and there always were great parts across the board. Although, why he's saying specifically African Americans, I don't know. Surely Africans generally, Asians, whatever, everyone should be given good roles if they fit the bill, if they're talented, if they're good enough for the job, fine. They should be getting, obviously not James Bond, because that's bloody stupid. Obviously, characters that are written for them, yeah, great. Who would be bothered? We'd all like to see great movies involving whatever diverse cast. Whatever, as long as it's written that way. As long as you don't take something that already exists and then diversify it, wokeify it. You can create something new and make it as diverse as you like. It might be really out of place and sometimes ridiculous, and if that's the case, no one will watch it. It will lose money. And then they'll realize, yeah, perhaps we shouldn't have done that. And that's great. That's how the market works. If loads of people go see it, they'll think, yeah, we should make a sequel to this. But what they shouldn't do is keep trying to destroy characters that already exist. Ruin them. Try and wokeify them. It makes me sick. It's just so annoying. I mean, a black Superman. What? Why not do a white Blade? Why isn't there a white Black Panther film coming out? Why not? What's the reason why not? There is no good reason why not, except that's not the direction this stuff goes in Hollywood or anywhere else in the Western world right now because it's so screwed up. Anyway, Craig's new comments with the Radio Times come 2 weeks before the next James Bond film, No Time to Die, is expected to release in theatres. The film arrives in theatres in the United States on October 8th, however the film is expected to hit UK cinemas a week earlier on September 30th. Yay, great. Looking forward to it. Am I looking forward to it? I wouldn't say I'm definitely not. I'm feeling very trepidatious about it. I'm feeling like it's gonna be bad. It's probably gonna be terrible. But in any case, James Bond movies are usually pretty good on the whole. Unfortunately, this one's been kind of worked on a bit by Phoebe Waller-Bridge and feminazis, so I don't know. And the idea of that Nomi girl being 007. What? I hope they've adjusted that. In all this time they've had to do a few reshoots and things, I hope they've fixed some of this crap. So, James Bond producer Barbara Broccoli previously stated that James Bond would never be a female. Back in 2018, Broccoli told The Guardian, Bond is male, he's a male character, he was written as a male, I think he'll probably stay a male? Probably stay a male? Are you trying to look after this property or what? Probably stay a male? You could be a little bit more specific about that. Definitely stay a male. Why wouldn't he stay a male? If he wasn't, it'd be ridiculous. It's a different character. Write a new character, and that way it'd be fine. Female spy, just as good as James Bond, but not James Bond, written differently, not just trying to steal James Bond's thunder. However, rumours have persisted that a female 007 will be introduced in No Time to Die. Yeah, we're talking about the Lashana Lynch thing, where she's going to play Nomi, who's supposedly going to be 007. Oh dear. Yeah, this particular sentence always really annoyed me, where it says, there's a pivotal scene at the start of the film where M says, come in 007, and in walks Lashana, who is black and beautiful and a woman. You know, black, yes, obviously. Beautiful, that's subjective. So, no, you could describe her as beautiful. Other people will say, wow, that's like the ugliest person I've ever seen in my life. And is she a woman? Does she identify as a woman? You'd have to ask her. You can't just go calling her a woman without having asked her first, because these days, who knows what she might be? She could identify as a leopard or an attack helicopter, or who knows what. On top of those rumours, Lynch did an interview with Harper's Bazaar, who published a headline that declared she was taking the role of 007. The headline stated, Lashana Lynch on making history as the first black female 007. No, she wasn't. And this is so very, very stupid that they decide to assign an already held number to some random woman. It just shows that they don't care about the history of the character, especially since he wasn't even dead at the time. Anyway, in the article, Ursa, okay. Daily Ward also claimed, today, on a still Saturday morning in August, Lynch is doing precisely that, chatting to me warmly and directly about her latest and surely career-defining role in No Time to Die, the Bond franchise's 25th release, in which she stars as Nomi, the secret agent who inherits the 007 title while Bond himself is in exile. No, bollocks, load of stupid crap. In any case, if it is going to be career-defining, I'm feeling kind of worried about her career, because I doubt it's going to go well if this is exactly how they portray it. If they portray her as taking over from James Bond within the movie and stuff, it's going to go badly. I doubt that'll do her career any favor. But then again, this is modern Hollywood. The woker the better as far as they're concerned, especially if it's not male and not white. While discussing the backlash she has gotten following rumours that she's taken on the role of 007, she stated, I am one black woman. If it were another black woman cast in the role, it would have been the same conversation. She would have got the same attacks, the same abuse. I doubt she's been particularly attacked and abused. She's just been told that no, she shouldn't be trying to be James Bond. She's not 007. That's all stupid. You are not ever going to be James Bond. You're not ever going to be 007. These are the sorts of things they've been saying. Oh, no, I've been abused. They've said I shouldn't be whatever. It's like, no. People are just expressing their disdain and annoyance that they would even consider the idea, because it's stupid and it would destroy a character. I mean, it'll probably ruin the continuity forever. It'd be so dumb. Anyway, she says, I just have to remind myself that the conversation is happening, that I'm a part of something that will be very, very revolutionary. You're not going to be something very revolutionary. It'll just be very woke and pathetic. And everyone will be just thinking to themselves, oh dear God, what are they doing? And then no one will ever go to see it, and then you'll lose money, and then they'll just have to go back to where they were before. At least you'd think they'd go back to where they were before. They'll probably try some other crap. Instead of having a black female James Bond, they'll just have a black James Bond and other nonsense before they actually finally get back to where it should be. Says, not only did Lynch claim her role would be revolutionary, somehow, but more recently she spoke to The Guardian stating that Bond could be anyone you wanted him to be, even a 2-year-old. What? So stupid. She said, we are in a place in time where the industry is not just giving audiences what it thinks the audience wants, they're actually giving the audience what they want to give the audience. Yes, that's exactly correct. That is what they're doing, and it is not working. People are not happy. They're very unhappy with what Hollywood and the stupid producers and directors and that are doing. Destroying characters, ruining franchises, driving away the actual fans in favor of their Twitter wokeists. It's pathetic. Lynch then went on to specifically address James Bond. With Bond, it could be a man or a woman. They could be white, black, Asian, mixed race. They could be young or old. At the end of the day, even if a 2-year-old was playing Bond, everyone would flock to the cinema to see what this 2-year-old's going to do. No, they wouldn't. They would think to themselves, what the fuck has happened to this? What the bloody hell are these idiots doing? This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. That's what they would be thinking, not thinking, oh, I really want to go see it and see what they're going to do with this friggin' 2-year-old. Bloody idiot. It's just, it's ridiculous, stupid. James Bond can only be a white guy. I mean, it was bad enough that Daniel Craig's hair was like the wrong color and he's not even tall enough to be James Bond. I mean, people saying things like, oh, Tom Hardy should be James Bond. And actually, I think Tom Hardy could do a good job, but he's too short. Hair's the wrong color. He's just not the right person to play James Bond. James Bond should be 6 foot tall, a good 6 foot tall. I mean, most of the people that we think of as being good James Bonds have been about 6 to 6'2", which is obviously in Sean Connery, Roger Moore, Pierce Brosnan. Generally, they've been around 6 foot, 6'2", and that's about the right height. And they've looked about the right kind of look as well. Daniel Craig was a divergence away from that. He was quite good because he was kind of rough and tumble, but he seems to be going a bit woke and pathetic recently. It's just kind of sad. Anyway, that's enough of this crap. I've had enough. I'm just so ticked off. Bloody stupid people. Yes, James Bond shouldn't be a woman. Daniel Craig said it. I agree. Let's leave it at that. This is Movie Sucks signing out. Leave a like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.